Problems between neighbours about High Hedges have given rise to a steady stream of correspondence to public representatives. Often the bone of contention is that very little can be done at present to resolve the situation, and the availability of low-cost and often very fast-growing hedges, which have sometimes not been well maintained, has increasingly led to disputes. Of course, a lot of ill-feeling can arise if these issues are allowed to fester. If the problem continues, a person's quality of life can be greatly affected, and in extreme cases, it can cause unnecessary stress and even ill health. My department has dealt with numerous requests for information since I came into office. Many of you have also received correspondence from constituents on this matter. In 2005, a scoping exercise to assess the scale and spread of high hedge problems carried out by my department indicated that this was an issue of widespread concern. This is therefore something I simply cannot ignore. Loss of light due to a neighbouring high hedge has a significant impact on a person's reasonable enjoyment of their property and needs to be dealt with urgently. Let me try to illustrate by way of example just how a high hedge issue can develop into a most unpleasant scenario. Say, for example, a retired couple, Mr. and Mrs. Black, who live at 5 Primrose Lane, have, as a matter of custom, developed a habit of relaxing in the mid-morning in their sitting room, dealing with the Morning Post, perhaps reading their newspapers while sipping a cup of tea or coffee. Over the years for them, this routine has become one of life's little pleasantries. In the summertime, as the sun streams in the bay windows that they are so proud of, having spent quite a considerable sum on having them double glazed and repaired to save heating costs and help the environment, they feel relaxed and at peace with the world. They're interested to know how the new neighbours will be, as the house next door recently has been sold and the new occupants are due to arrive shortly. Mr. and Mrs. Green, the new neighbours, move in next door. After getting things sorted out in the house, they decide to plant a fast-growing hedge on their side of the boundary with the Blacks. Within a few years, the hedge has grown to a height of 25 feet. Mr. and Mrs. Black can find they can no longer enjoy the sunlight through their bay windows, as the high hedge now blocks it out. Mrs. Black decides to approach Mrs. Green about the high hedge issue, but is rebuffed. The same thing happens when Mr. Black mentions to Mr. Green, and meantime the hedge grows even higher. What little sunlight there was has now been completely obliterated, and despite repeated requests, Mr. and Mrs. Green refuse to do anything about the height of their hedge. Mr. and Mrs. Black approach their solicitors for advice, but are informed there is little can be done. There is no available legal avenue by which they can have the height of the hedge reduced. Of course, by this stage, the relationship between the Blacks and the Greens is soured to the extent that they have no longer agreed each other in the normal course of events, and the stress levels give rise to the need for Mr. and Mrs. Black to attend their local GP and receive medication. You can see the point I'm making. What can appear to be a minor problem about the height of a hedge can be the source of a complete breakdown in good neighbourly relationships and give rise to all sorts of problems. Hence, I am pleased to be consulting on this draft bill, as it is the first key stage in addressing this issue. I intend to introduce a bill to the Assembly by June of this year. The draft bill proposes a system which will allow those who feel they are affected badly by a neighbour's high hedge to complain to their local council. I would like to emphasise that anyone who feels they have a problem of this type must try firstly to resolve the situation with their neighbour through discussion.